My name is Annick Silencieux. I'm the founder and executive director of Support Black Charities. And I've always been a person that's passionate about my community, and I just want to see us do well. The mission of Support Black Charities is to elevate the community. Food insecurity is one of the social impacts that we're focused on. We do this through the framework of the Sustainable Development Goals, and food insecurity, zero hunger, is the second goal, and that was set up by the UN. We started hearing on the news, one city is declaring food insecurity, and I had never heard of that before. Complete whole cities declaring, a whole region, neighborhoods declaring food insecurity. And for me, every time I hear something like this, because of the work I do with Support Black Charities, I always try to see, okay, how does this affect the Black community? So then I went into a rabbit hole and saw the numbers. I saw a good research that was done by the University of Toronto, and I couldn't believe the numbers. And I said, "Oh, this needs to be addressed." Didn't really know how, but I know it was definitely on my radar. This food security fund is led by Support Black Charities, but it is powered by Charitable Impact. I have access to advisors that have lived experience that can help me answer questions, that can help us continue to work on the action plan because about the executions. What the advisory council gives me as the CODS leader, it gives me access to expert advice in from different angles. So for us, we have chefs, we have business leaders, we have community leaders, we have people that have experience in the food industry as entrepreneurs or in the food systems. And that's very, very important. I think another thing that's unique to our plan is that we bring the community aspect, we bring the experience in the community work, but also the knowledge of business systems. And the two together can allow us to really identify the gaps and the opportunities, look for the opportunities that we can take. So the group is providing an oversight for me specifically as the cause leader, but for the action plan that we're putting together. I think that's really, really important because there's a lot of people doing amazing work, and we can definitely complement and work together to be able to accomplish our goals. So the vision of the Food Security Fund, it's a simple but powerful one. We are aiming to create a scalable, community-led food hub that will feed Black families with dignity, give them access and sustainability. Now, there's all the different parts, what we mentioned a bit, the distribution part, the education part, and the pipeline. Distribution is really at the heart of it. It's about putting food in people's mouth. That's the infrastructure that we're building to be able to for distribution, meal prep, and all of this. We're looking to build the infrastructure with a commissary kitchen, food trucks, food delivery trucks as well. We can start by having some food trucks with full kitchens because just with this, we can kind of extend a kitchen of the groups.
You have a whole pepper. You cut the top off, you cut the bottom off, you deseed it. Do you throw that in the garbage, or do you now take that, maybe put it in the oven and dehydrate it, and now you've made your own paprika? So there's so many things that people can do, and that educational perspective that I will bring to the table. What I hope people have gathered and ascertained from all of this conversation is that you have not just three caring individuals, you have people who really have made it their life's mission. Tim and I, we've said it 1,000 times that, we want to make sure that we leave an impact here before we go, because we've been in this industry for so long, and we've cared for everything else and everyone else. But here's our community. Here are things that are tangible that we can now do, and it's here. I can almost touch it. And we have been doing this base work, and Nick, thank you so much for just being who you are. I don't mean to be emotional, but you guys are doing a great job.
Food is not a privilege. It really is not a privilege. And when you can see a next door neighbor or someone who gets out and they're doing 2 or 3 jobs and they come home and they can't even pay their light bill, so they have to decide, do I pay my light bill or do I go get some food? for my kids. That's just wrong. We are passionate about this. So this is not something that we're just trying to do. We're doing this.
First thing is start where you are. Start with what you have. If you have funds, great. If you have time, great. If you have a skill, great. If you have access, great. If you have resources, great. Obviously, a food security fund, it's a fundraising vehicle. So it's a fundraising vehicle to activate our plan, because we do have a plan.